Oh, back for another week. I am Jason the X, and this is Super Cool Nerd News for August 13th, 2018. First up at the box office, The Meg took the #1 spot this weekend with Mission Impossible Fallout falling to the #2 spot. Followed up by that was Disney's Christopher Robin, Slender Man, and Black Klansman. Also, this was The Meg, Slender Man, and Black Klansman's first week at the box office, and they took spots within the top 5. And now, will The Meg continue that streak next week, or will Mission Impossible come back up to take the #1 spot? What do you guys think? Let me know in the comments below. And we do have some Star Trek news for you guys this week, as this is really disappointing actually. Chris Hemsworth and Chris Pine may not be returning for Star Trek 4. Apparently talks have broken down between representatives for both of these actors and Paramount Studios. Now, Chris Hemsworth was set to return as George Kirk, the father of James T. Kirk, played by Chris Pine, in some sort of time travel, timey-wimey thing where they have a big adventure. Now, there's no denying that these two actors are pretty much well in demand in Hollywood right now, and they have some pretty hefty paychecks. Paramount is pretty much saying that their franchise does not have the money of some of these studios, and due to some budget cuts, they are unable to meet that pay. I would like to know, these are deals that were already on the table that Paramount has apparently broken. What's going to happen from here on? I mean, that is the lead role for Star Trek with Chris Pine. I mean, maybe you could continue without Chris Hemsworth and you could just drop that story, but we probably already got scripts that are written, so this is a confusing time. Let me guys know what you think. Where does the Star Trek movie franchise in this new rebooted universe go from here? And in some very sad news, Star Trek actress Nichelle Nichols has been diagnosed with dementia at the age of 85. It has been quoted by a doctor who has been treating her. She is not suffering a lot of short-term memory loss, but there is some long-term memory loss, and she will need more care as her age advances. Now, this is very sad news. A lot of people who have attended her panels over the years, as I have noticed a difference in demeanor. She was always well-loved. She always did really good panels. We don't know exactly how this will affect that schedule going forth, but it probably will limit her appearances as her condition and age increase. At this time, I just want to remember the legacy that she has left behind. She was definitely a pioneer in her field, and she's well loved by a lot of people, and I just want to remember her legacy, and I think we should all focus on that and express our love for actress Nichelle Nichols as she gets on in age, but we're still gonna love her nonetheless. All right, so one of my favorite movies this year was the Power Rangers movie. Now, I know it wasn't received well by a lot of fans, and some people had some gripes with it, but I did enjoy it. But since the recent acquisition of the Power Rangers franchise from Saban by Hasbro, a lot of fans are wondering what's gonna happen with this newly rebooted universe. Well, Hasbro is now confirming that they are working on a sequel to that movie. A lot of fans were concerned because at San Diego Comic-Con, they were auctioning off suits, props, and memorabilia from the movie, so they were thinking that maybe it wouldn't be returning and maybe Hasbro would just be rebooting it again. Well, it looks like they're not gonna go that route. They are gonna continue in that universe. Hopefully all the actors will be back. I know we got a little teaser at the end for maybe a new Ranger being included in there. So yeah, we don't know any details about it. Nothing has been released yet, but most of Hasbro's movies have been released through Paramount Studios, such as Transformers and G.I. Joe. And they are working on some other properties this year, like Battleship, and I know we're getting a new Bumblebee movie. So yeah, Power Rangers will be back on the silver screen, helmed up by Hasbro. They might put some little tweaks here and put a fresh coat of paint on things, but yes, that Power Rangers movie and that universe we'll be getting more of. So this week in Marvel Comics saw the return of Marvel's first family, the Fantastic Four. Of course, that Fox merger kind of maybe helped get these guys back up into that center stage at Marvel Comics. But we're also getting news that Uncanny X-Men, the title comic for the Marvel mutant family, will be returning this November with a big event called Disassembled. A little teaser image release shows a lot of X-Men we haven't seen in a while, and some that may be missing from this image. A lot of changed uniforms too. And of course we have a couple X-Men in the universe to kill, so there's gonna probably be some death. It is a threat that apparently is, threatening to wipe out all of mutant kind, because what other kind do they run into? I'll be happy to have the Uncanny X-Men back, and I've seen the return of some characters that I've been missing already. So look for that this November. It's going to be a 10-week series, Uncanny X-Men Disassembled. Can't wait. Quakecon 2018 was held this weekend in Grapevine, and I gotta tell you, it was a great event. A lot of fun. We got to see a lot of people, see some great products, played some games that you'll be seeing soon, hopefully. But along with all the game stuff, there was a big announcement by Bethesda Studios director Todd Howard. As Escalation Studios here in Dallas, who have worked on several games with him and currently works on them, will now become a branch of Bethesda Studios here in Dallas. The announcement came at the keynote event on Friday. Todd said, "We've been working with Tom, Mark, and the team at Escalation for a long time. They've already delivered amazing games with us, and we knew we could do bigger things together. It's an incredible team in Dallas, and they're already contributing to key parts of Fallout 76 and Starfield." So there you go, guys. Hey, if you're looking for a job, in game development, you probably want to come here because this is one of the biggest studios around. Also, we saw things for Rage 2, Fallout 76. It was a great weekend. But the big news, another big name studio coming to Dallas. That's great because this is my home. I got to represent for Big D. Welcome to our city, Bethesda Studios. And hey, if you need a guy to talk into a camera, I'll send you my resume. And in other news, Ruby Rose has been cast to play Batwoman in a series that will be debuting on CW's Arrowverse. And while a lot of people were excited about this, there were a couple people that were upset about it because they were confused that it was a gender-bent Batman, or they mistook it for Batgirl, Barbara Gordon, or they thought it was just another thing by SJWs to continue the gay agenda. So for the unwashed masses, and I mean that literally, allow me to give you a history lesson. Batwoman, real name Kate Kane, was introduced in 1956 so Batman wouldn't be thought of as gay. Now, she was removed in the DC Universe in 1964 because no one really cared and she was kind of boring, but she was reintroduced in 2006 as a Jewish lesbian crime fighter. So if you're upset about this character, your outrage may be a bit late. Anyway, Ruby Rose wrote on her Instagram, "The bat is out of the bag, and I am beyond thrilled and honored. I'm also an emotional wreck because this is a childhood dream. This is something I would have died to have seen on TV when I was a young member of the LGBT community who never felt represented on TV and felt alone and different. Thank you, everyone. Thank you, God." She also announced on Jimmy Fallon that she can't wait to wear a costume around to hospitals and visit children. She already gets it, guys, and she's excited. Ruby Rose is a fine actress. She's also in The Meg. Go see The Meg. But unfortunately, a toxic fandom did cause her to shut down her Instagram, and she has left the platform. I'm going to miss you, Ruby. I'm sure a lot of your fans are, and please just use the block button more liberally because we're going to miss you and all that is awesome about you. Congratulations on the role. I personally cannot wait to see Ruby Rose as Kate Kane, the Batwoman. Well, that's it for Super Cool Nerd News this week. I'm Jason the X. Next weekend, we're going to be out at Anime Fest. Make sure you watch the live show this Thursday, live 8 p.m. Central, as we're going to give you more nerdy news, our thoughts and opinions with the rest of the crew. And as always, keep on nerding. I'll catch you next time.